ETE Imitep Seni Senet Ankwasta Jet Uncle Jasaneb Dua Henu, and welcome back to another episode of Praising the Divine. Man, your brother's in the house. He just woke up. I'm a little tired today. Uh Today our episode is gonna be it's gonna be interesting because what we're gonna do, we're gonna start we're gonna start a video lecture series and really take a closer look at evolution and the African family in this family tree. Uh, because it comes up often. It comes up so often. You hear, are we monkeys? Are we this? Are we that? And so we really have to look at how it's viewed, how we're viewed in this particular family tree. You have to look at how it's viewed because there's so much said about it, right? There's so much to be discussed. And so where we're at right now, we're going to take an African-centered view concerning this. Encyclopedia of African History and Culture, right? That's where we're at. Willie F. Page, R. Hunt Davis Jr. We're going to really take a look. It's a superficial look to start. As the series goes on, we're going to make quotes. We're going to talk quotes from ancients, from currents. We're going to look at pictures because we need to see what they're saying exactly. And I'm going to tell you right now, trigger alert, as my man brother Jeff would say, when you first see these early pictures, you're going to be pissed off. And then this is when you're going to decide whether to make up your mind concerning this theory, or if there's another theory. We're going to look at all sides of evolution because there's more than just one evolution through this series. Not everything today. Right now, we're just going to do some pictures and some timelines to kind of give you an idea of what they're saying and how you fit in with what they're saying, because that's the most important thing. I'm going to stop sharing just for a minute. I want to make sure everything is all set up. I know I'm crazy looking right now. I'm tired looking right now. I just did a fight and some more stuff, so I'm a little beat up. What we want to do, let me pull up, let's pull up a YouTube real quick so I can make sure we're seeing everything how we should. Not right now, Maryland. We'll get to you in just a second. So here's a YouTube. This way I can see some of the comments. And let me mute myself. So here we go. I haven't even shared this thing yet. Y'all know how I do. I share it later. I share it later. So let's looks like everything is on the up and up. We look good. I see we got somebody in the mix. So let's go here. So we can start to share. And let's look at this story a little bit. Let's see what's really going on, or what they claim is really going on. We'll make our deduction about what it is later. Right now, let's just take a visual at what they claim is going on. I keep clicking this thing. Get over here. All right. So timeline, prehistory. They say prehistory is 541 Common Era. Ooh. Let's go to the period of early hominids. They say this is about 5 million BCE, before the Common Era. If we're going 5 million BCE, let's look at what an early hominid is. Because remember, they say the hominid is the ancestor that us and the ape have in common, but we're really apes. Everything is an ape, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. But no, we're not apes. Let's just look and see what a hominid is. We're just going to go down the family tree. Let's look and see. Let me see. I believe I pulled some of these up. And we may some of these we'll just Google right on the spot as well. But we got a lot of them up. Let me see if I don't think I got this one. Let's pull up hominid. This way you can do the search with me. Type in hominid. So the first thing they don't do is give you a picture of a hominid. But let's see what it is. Hominid is a noun, a primate of a family, hominidae, that includes humans and their fossil ancestors, and also in recent systems, at least some of the great apes. So they're already connecting man with the great ape. They're already connecting man with the great ape. The hominid whose family members are known as great apes or hominids are a taxonomic family of primates that includes 8 extant species in 4 genera: Pongo, gorilla, pan, and Homo, of which only modern humans, etc., etc., remain. So we're the only remaining ancestor of the hominid. There's apes still around, by the way. There's still gorillas around. So that statement is a little confusing. Let's look at images of hominid. Let's see what they look like. Boom. 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 Here's some. Research finds some Africans have genes of ancient ghost hominid. That okay? You see what we're looking at, right? You see what's going on right now. This is a hominid reconstruction. This is a tiny hominid head. Probably when we get to Lucy, that will make more sense, right? Primitive hominid lived them alongside modern humans, the Archaeology News Network. And we don't have to go, like, let's go, we can go into one of the articles, right? We can just go all the way in it if you want to see the article, right? Professor Paul Dirks and Associate Professor Eric Roberts have spent the past few years analyzing fossils of the hominid Homo naledi, found deep in cave systems in South Africa. So this is your common ancestor, supposedly. Look at the face they reconstruct. Look at the face they reconstruct. Homo naledi reconstruction. The oldest dated fossils of Homo sapiens in Africa are around 200,000 years old, they say, right? Look at the faces they reconstruct. Is that you? We're gonna dive into this thing, man. We got a series. You know how it is when I do my series, right? So that's number one. That's number one. That's our hominid. This is our hominid. There he goes. Just in case you ever wanted to go in and look this up and know, this is what they consider the hominid to be. This is our hominid. Right there. Right there. This is the reconstruction because they don't have an actual. They don't have an actual. They only have skulls that they're making the assumption on. And then you have some humans who have certain uh, situations going on, and they say, oh, he must be. So this is what we're looking at. And they're claiming right now there's DNA for hominid, but that's how they reconstruct the face. In fact, if you look here, which we're going to get to all of these, we're going to get to all of these. There's Homo naledi right down here. That's Homo naledi. We're going through this thing. We got to know. We got to see. Look, Darwin conservatism. We got to see. We got to know, right? We got to see. We got to know. Let's go back to our book, right? 5 million BCE. That's what we have here. They claim humans walked along hominids 200,000 BCE. A little different. Let's go further. Astropythicus ramidus exists in Ethiopia. 4,400,000 BCE. So according to what they're saying, Ethiopians or this Astropythicus ramidus, this particular type of ape, would have lived in Ethiopia first. First, you start to see the advancements from hominids to this Astropythicus ramidus first in Ethiopia. Let's go see what we got. Let's go see what we got. We want that one in particular, right? Let's just copy and paste it because I got some up. But let's copy and paste this one. Let's put this one in. Let's paste it in Ethiopia. One of these, almost like a regression. One of these, Afropithecus ramidus, right? Let's see what it says. It says Astropithecus, I hate saying that, ramidus, a new species of early hominid from Eramis, Ethiopia. 17 hominid fossils recovered from Paleocene strata at Eramis, Middle Awash, Ethiopia, make up a series comprising dental, cranial, and postcranial specimens dated to around 4.4 million years ago. This is the look. This is what's being said, right? This is the look. Let's go to images. We'll go here and let's go here now. We'll go there first, right? It's only right. Let's see what they say concerning 17 hominid fossils. We just read that part. And here are similar articles from Asa Isa, Eramis and the Origin of Astropithecus. New hominid fossils from Woronzo Mili, Central Afar, he's in Afar, Ethiopia, and taxonomy of early Astropithecus. Or they're in a far land, which is in Ethiopia. Y'all know what it is. So y'all looking here. Paleobiology of early hominids. T.D. White, Asphal B, Bayan Y, and this Haile Selassie Y, Lovejoy. So you can see who's doing the research. You can see who's doing the research. Now, let's go back, right? Let's look at some images. Let's see what they're saying. Boom. Is this you? Is this you? Is this, you can ask yourself the question right now, because we're doing the research. We're just going through Google to see what they have to say concerning, right? You want to know. You want to know. So we're doing some basic research. Nothing in depth, but some basic. Look at this. So this is a regression from our last picture, isn't it? Remember the last picture, he almost looked like a human. He almost looked like a. Now we're reversing it. We're here. We're here. Look at that. Look at that. And see, when we get into the different types of evolution, we're going to uncover some other things. But right now, this is what you're hearing people say. This is what you're hearing the talk around, right? This is the stuff we're hearing. Let's go. Let me see. What up, Orthodox More? What up, Soy? That's hi. What up, Cosmic Thoughts? So right now we're looking at what we're being told on a regular basis concerning these things. Because everyone says this, and then you do the research and you see this, and then you saying we come from us, right? So we're going to go through this. We need to see what's really going on with this, which is why it's a series. Right now, they got you looking like apes right now, right? That's what they saying. That's what they saying. Oldest skeleton of human ancestor. There it is, found in Ethiopia. Huh? There it is. What? You want to go further? Let's go further. Let's go for there it is. And when they put skin on that, you know what it looks like when they start to put the skin on it, right? Yeah. Bling bling. Huh? Huh? So let's go further. Let's go further. We're gonna walk the family tree. What is this? This is in Kenya. So 200,000 years later, 200,000 years later, we're in Kenya. Astropythicus anamensis. However you say it. You know what we got to do? We got to look. Oh, there you go. Is that us? Is that us? Astropythicus anamensis. Is this us? Let's read. Astropythicus anamensis was found in Kenya, specifically at Alia Bay, East Turkana. Through analysis of stable isotope data, it is believed that their environment had more closed woodland canopy surrounding Lake Turkana than are present today. The greatest density of woodlands at Alia Bay was along the ancestral Omo River. So, to be honest with you, just me giving my opinion, scientists are going there finding any bones that they can and relating it to the human story, whether it be ape, monkey, whatever the case. And we've seen science do this before when they had Cro-Magnon man, when they had the monkey had dog incisors, and they tried to pass this off as a European guy just because the bones dated late enough to make Europeans come earlier than Africans. So for my European listeners, because you will see this too, we just need, you'll agree, because you're not a dog or a monkey with dog canine incisors, right? And my Arab listeners and my Latino and whoever's listening, when I start to send this out, we need science just to be more honest, right? You got to be more honest. But right now, we're just looking at the evidences that are presented to us because we know sometimes science will lie to keep a narrative that has been built over time. Let's go to this site because they pull up the wiki page, see if there's anything of, you know, the first fossilized specimen of the species, although not recognized as such at the time, so it's not recognized as such at the time, was a single fragment of humerus arm bone found in, and you can see it right there. That's the part of the body that they have found. In Pilocene strata in the Canopia region of West Lake Turkana by a Harvard University research team in 1965. Ryan Patterson, he's an American paleontologist, and William H. Howells, graduated from Harvard. Published it in Science magazine in 1967, if you're not familiar. Weekly Record. In fact, if you click this and you go here, you can probably go to openlibrary.org and get the book right now. There it is. There it is. I bet you it'll. There it is. There it is. All you got to do is go right in there. Hello. Type it in. Pull it up right here in the search menu. And if you go to online.org, it's old as this book look right here. Oh, see, there, go right there. All I had to do was click it. You can download it. Bling, right there. Volume 1. We can go to the original article from 1883. 1883. We can go to the original research just by doing that. Well, let's take a look. Let's look. There it is. There's the face. There's the face. You got to ask yourself, is this you? Is this how you got here? Look. What you going to tell me it don't say that? It say it right there. New fossils of Astropythicus afarensis found in Kenya. Here go Hominids right here. Astropythicus Hominids right here. They got a whole YouTube video on it. And so we're walking down this tree. And as you can see, here go Russia. Russia's on the case. Here go Astropythicus in action. What you gonna say? What you gonna say when they ask you, are you trying to say we come from apes? What you gonna say? No, there's a common ancestor. We're looking at the supposed common ancestors right now. Right now. This is them. This is them. Let me see. Let me see what y'all talking about. Hello. And there's always some detail that is brushed over real quick. Fuzzwords, it is believed. Selling heresy. So we're going right down the line right now. Right now. Exactly. They'll take whatever's on the cut. Imhotep, soul power, aka. So right now we want to see, because I'm gonna do a whole series on this. Some people will invite on all that stuff. Some of you guys will hop on as well. Let's go further. 3 million BCE. We had 3 million. We just cracking the surface right now. You understand? We're not gonna know how this goes together until we get right here. Homo sapiens in Ethiopia. We're not there yet. We're at 3 million BCE. Astropythicus afarensis, and we just seen one of those. One of those. It was there's Animasis, and where was the hold up? Where's the other one? We ain't got to go far. There he goes. That's afarensis, found in Kenya. Popular Science Part 1. Let's just go on in. Let's go right over to there. We'll come back to him in a minute. Let's go right over to there right now. There it is. This is science we're doing right here. Field work at the Pilocene site of Cantus, Kenya, has yielded fossilized teeth and forearm bone attributable to Astropythicus afarensis, a hominid species that lived from 3.85 to 2.95 million years ago. And you're telling me right here, this is the common ancestor. All you have is the bone. Remember, you have no physicality other than bones they're putting together, picking up, putting these things together right now. This is our field work. And in Africa, they make sure it's certain ways. I'm telling you right now. Proximal, lateral, anterior, medial, posterior. We ain't even got to the tools yet. We're going to get to the tools in a minute. The hominid must have discovered suitable habitats in the Kenyan highlands. Dr. Nakasukasa said. It seems that a afarensis was good at adapting to varying environments. Look at these cartoons below. And this is what I'm talking about. We don't know. We have to do deeper research into how they're putting this together. Because when it comes to you, African, with respects to other cultures, when it comes to us, and you guys know this, other cultures who are listening as well, it tends to go a certain way. They try to paint a certain picture, a certain narrative, almost like an ape type figure. And so look at what we're seeing here. Let's go to afar. Let's go to what it says. This is the skeletal that they actually have. Right? This is Lucy. This is Lucy. Right? And y'all remember Dr. Leakey, who discovered Lucy. AL2881, commonly known as Lucy, is a collection of several hundred pieces of fossilized bone representing 40% of a female of the hominin species Astropythicus afarensis in Ethiopia. The assembly is also known as Dinkanish, which means you are marvelous in Amharic. I will admit apes are marvelous. If you want to call her a hominid, so be it. Hominids are marvelous. But is this you? Your DNA matches. Birds' DNA matches. A horse mixes with a donkey, they make a mule. You don't see that too often in nature. Is that what happened in the human family? Did a bonobo monkey mix with such and such, some type of hominid, and make a human? Is that what we're saying? So you got to think about this stuff. This is very important, right? This is important how you view yourself and how the world views you. This is Lucy. This is Lucy. These are the bones that they put together. So they knew it was a female. We probably need to go into research of how they put the bones together and where they found each bone and where, all these things are necessary. And you can see I'm looking at Lucy down here. We already looked at how this particular Astropythicus looks. This is the one in Ethiopia, right? Hetepu, brother Osita, Ankwastija. So these are the things we have to look at, because right now this is what's going on. These are defining moments in human culture. Supposedly, like I said, we don't get human till we hit here. Homo sapien emerges into. We're going to look at all of these, right? We about to see all of this. All of this. So right now we've got. Hold on 1 second. Hello.
Hi, my name is Sydney, calling from EDU Matcher. How are you today?
Stop it. That's what happens when you go to college. They start to call you a whole lot about college. We have a school but no, not right now, right? We're doing school right now. We're studying right now. So where'd we leave off at? Ethiopia. Let's go to South Africa, and then we're going to break into the toolkit. Let's go. What's it all about? Look at this. Look at this. Let's go to South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Because we need to know. So this is Astropythicus, the Taung child. This is in South Africa. This is supposedly a child. Let's read it real quick. The Taung child is the fossilized skull of a young Astropythicus africanus. It was discovered in 1924 by quarrymen working for the Northern Line Company in Taung, South Africa. Raymond Dart described it as a new species in the journal Nature in 1925. Let's get some images. Let's get some imagery. Look at this. Astropythicus africanus, Taung child reconstruction. Look at this. Here. The most detailed it appears. The most detailed it appears. Let's go further. These are reconstructions because there's not a physical. You understand? There's no physical. So they're picking up bones and putting them together. And yeah, you may have something. What do you have exactly? Look at the skull. Skull concept, huh? We need to get better than Bing. We need to get better than pen interest, 25 million years ago, it says. This is the one. We got to get the visuals. And look what it says, the human timeline. Human timeline. What is that? Is that you? Here's where it was found at, right here. Here, here, here. Town. Is that you? That's my question. Nearly a complete adult, Africanus. A 3-year-old skull, first early human skull discovered in Africa. What are we doing? Nicknamed the Southern Ape of Africa. Rounder cranium, indicating a larger brain than early species. Pelvis, femur, and foot bones exhibit evidence of bipedalism. Ape-like features include long arms for climbing and a strong sloping face. Vertebrate fossils show a similar curved pattern of the spinal column, similar to that of modern humans. A nearly complete adult. Huh? Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Let me see. It's not even a whole skull. Listen, listen. This is what we do. This is why it's important to research before you give into an idea. Before you give into an idea, we need to know what you're saying. We need to make it plain. Let's go to some toolkit. Let's go to a toolkit real quick. And I think I've got this one pulled up already. Let me see. Actually had Turkana already pulled up. Yup. Let's get rid of that. We didn't get to that one yet. We didn't get to that one yet. Olodwan. Here's our early tools. Stone tool archaeology industry. The early tools were simple, usually made with one or a few flakes chipped off with another stone. Oldowan tools were used during the lower Paleolithic period 2.6 million years ago up until at least 1.7 million years ago by ancient hominids. What do they call those? Early humans across much of Africa and South Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. This technological industry was followed by more sophisticated Acheulean industry, two sites associated with Homo erectus. We'll get to the Acheulean later. These are the tools. You could tell they sharpened it. So they sharpened these, and you see the locations. Here goes one of them. Here goes the Afar. Here goes the Omo River Basin. All the stuff we just talked about. We're just walking the history. China, Pakistan, Syria, Iran, Israel, Spain, Bulgaria. Where do you first find them, though? Afar Triangle, Omo River Basin, Egypt, Algeria, Kenya, East Turkana, West Turkana, Tanzania, Olduvai Gorge, South Africa, Swartkrans, Switzerland, right? So we covered here Sterkfontein, found in South Africa. That's when you get to the Acheulean technology. So we're doing the research. You can see May Leakey's name was down there. If you caught it quick. Those are the tools. We don't want to go here yet. Let's get off of Homo Habilis. We're not there yet. Those are the tools. Middle Stone Age, pretty much the same. Now, well, actually, we could go where we were at. Let's go to Homo Habilis, because that's when Homo Habilis comes into being or emerges. And we were already there. Homo Habilis, handyman. What is he? He's an extinct species of archaic human, they say. You ever seen handyman before? Watch. Let's look at handyman. There go the handyman right there. That's you. This is us. This is. You have to understand what's being taught here. You have to understand what's going on, and you have to ask yourself, do you agree with it? Do we have anything to refute it at the end of the day? We'll get to that on a different day. But right now, we have to ask, what's going on? What is this that you're telling us? Look at Homo Habilis. What culture does he represent? He's already in Africa. Or her. Whatever they decide. Look at this. Another hominid after Homo Habilis was Homo erectus. We'll get to Homo erectus in a minute. Right now, we here. This is Homo Habilis. That's Homo Habilis in Arabic. We got to look. This is early human, they just told you. They just told you this is early human. Now, this is yeah. Pre-human ancestors. This is what they saying. This is, look at this. Homo habilis, Homo erectus, human. You didn't quite make it to the human chain. You're the Homo erectus. You see what they consider human. You see what you understand the narrative being painted here. That picture should have made that picture should have summed it up the best. This one right here. This Homo habilis, Homo erectus. This is a Homo sapien. It's just strange. Just strange. That's why I say we got to really look at this. Because, and what kind of brought this up in my mind to just go do this and go through this, I was on a debate channel with some Europeans, and I had to shut 3 of them down. But in doing so, they were saying, that's why I don't understand why, if you're evolution, why aren't you just a racist? They were saying stuff like that openly. And so I'm letting them talk because I want to hear. I want to hear. And if you heard some of their ideas and what they were saying concerning the research, I said, wow. I said, wow. I said, I already thought that in the first place, but damn. This is Homo habilis right here. Hombre prehistorico right here. Sutori. 5 million years since early hominids first emerged. Look at that. Look at that. That's a full blown. So, man, you just got to go through it so you can see it. So you can see it. Let's go further. Let's dig deeper. This is just so nobody can lie to you. I'm tired of people lying, man. It's too many cats that just be straight out lying. And there's a bunch of stuff I'm going to start to go into this year. But right now we're going here. Astropythicus robustus exists in South Africa. We got a Homo habilis. He emerged. Now we got Astropythicus robustus in South Africa. We're almost to Homo sapien. We're almost there, baby. Let's go. Let's see what's in the toy box. Right now, not a whole lot's changed physically, right? Not a whole lot changed concerning. Let's see what it says first. Astropithecus robustus is one of the best represented hominid taxa in Africa, with hundreds of specimens recovered from 6 fossil localities in the Blauwbank Valley area of Gauteng province, South Africa. However, precise geochronological ages are presently lacking for these fossils. Cave-in fills. Let's look. Let's see. Postcranial fossils. So you can start to see where some of the Egyptologists were getting their fossil information from. They're getting them from cranial coverage, right? Cranial measurements of things that they pick up and put together and try to decipher it as human or early human or hominid or ape or gorilla. They're trying to tell our story. Lower Omo. You already know where that's at. We covered that on the map. So You can see. Here it is. Hominin teeth covered from Cooper D's are all from juveniles and can be confidently assigned to a robustus. So they believe the teeth are from juvenile humans. Let's look and see. Let's look and see the image of this human. Oh, there it is. There it is. This is the early human. There she goes. Huh? So you're looking at what they're calling human right now. In the case of you, we're being specific today. This one here, I don't know. They could assign that to Asia or Europe right there, or to the Middle East even right there. We don't know. But this is what they're saying. So you have, look at this. Look at this. These are reconstructions of faces. We don't have a body. We just have reconstruction of faces. And that's what's scary, because it can help the narrative continue. If this is what you're saying early humans look like, and if these are actually human bones as opposed to ape bones, and if you want to make the distinction, right? Since you have the social construct of race, you also have the social construct of human. If evolution is correct, we're all apes. There's distinguishing marks between this type of ape and that type of ape. All social constructs. Supposedly. That's what you're looking at right now. That's what you're looking at. That's what needs to be understood first. Now, let's go a little deeper. Let's go to Astropythicus boise in Tanzania. We already hit Turkana, boy. We hit him early, and he didn't change much, did he? He looked just like this. Just like this. That's how he looked. Let's go further. Let's go. Oh, that's in Tanzania. This is what they found in Tanzania. Paranthropus boise is a species of Astropythician from the early Pleistocene of East Africa, about 2.5 to 1.15 million years ago. The holotype specimen OH5 was discovered by the paleanthropologist Mary Leakey, and this is Dr. Leakey's either daughter or wife, if I'm not mistaken, in 1959, and described by his wife, and described by her husband Lewis a month later. It was originally placed into its own genus as a Zinjanthropus boise, but is now relegated to a Paranthropus, along with other robust Astropythicians. However, it is argued that Paranthropus is an invalid grouping and synonymous with Astropithecus. So the species is also often classified as Astropithecus boise. In other words, they looked at it as this type of ape, but it's been relegated to a regular Astropithecus. So, like I said, there's issues in the classifications of some of these things. We have to look at what they're actually picking up, where they get it from, if it coincides and how they're putting the human family in retrospect to these skulls, remakings of the faces, right? Refiguring, if you will, which is what we're looking at, because you don't have this here, you only have this here. Let's go to images. More of the same. More of the same. More of the same. Look at this jawbone here. More of the same. Adult male. Nutcracker man. That's what that's called. This is called Nutcracker man. Right here. Tanzania. This is what you have. This bottom piece, as you see, looks like it may have been fitted on to this. And here's the reconstruction. Nutcracker man. Not because of the shape of his head. Of course not. It's not a peanut shape. It's because he was cracking nuts with the tools that we looked at. Look at this. There go the tools. Here's his tools. See them? These are the tools. Nutcracker man made those. There go his jaw. This is here. Let's look at somebody's slides. They use sticks to help them get the ants out of their ant hole by sticking the stick into the hole. Use sharp rocks to cut stuffs such as tough plants or meat. They don't make their own tools. They use tools that is nature made, probably because they were not smart enough. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. That you weren't smart enough. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That we got that one. We got that one. You're not smart enough, kid. We're almost there. Homo erectus, we did that one. We can skip that. Let's look at the Achillean age tools. We'll do this real quick because we've already pulled up the other tools up here. Early Stone Age Aldewan toolkit, right? Let's pull up the Achillean. Let's see. There they go. Now, we're not smart enough to do that. Not smart enough to make their own. But here we go, just 1.76 million years. All of a sudden, you're smart enough. You got flaking on the tools. You got full-blown flaking. It is throughout that Achillean technologies first developed about 1.76 million years ago, derived from the more primitive Oldowan technology associated with Homo Habilis. The Achillean includes at least the early part of the Middle Paleolithic. And those are the tools. So they're saying that they were making tools in both periods, the Paleolithic and the Achillean. And this is who was using them, Homo heidelbergensis. And you can see the jawbone from that. You can see the jawbone from that. And hopefully you're picking up some of these doctors' names when I say them, because you can see who's doing the research. Europe and Western Asia near early Neanderthals adopted Achillean technology, transitioning by mouse train by about 160,000 years ago. Epiachillean. So they adopted it. Who they adopted from? From us right here. Era across Africa and much of West Asia, South Asia, East Asia, and Europe, and are typically found with Homo erectus remains. There's Homo erectus head. Here's the other one, Homo We read this already. So you get an idea what's going on, who's who, what's what. Look, we can see where it's found again. Cubifora and Sterkfontein, which is a German name or a Dutch name, one or the other. Then some other places over here, mostly Africa. Mostly Africa. Now, let's start to get to let's get to Homo sapien in tropical Africa. We looked at Homo erectus. We know what Turkana boy looks like. We seen that earlier. Let's see how tropical African. Look at this. This is when they start to give you a little bit of props. But what is this? When was that? What period was the head? When was that? Migrations. This is straight up and down. This is fine. Where's he at? This is Handyman. Remember we covered Handyman 1.65 million years ago. That's Handyman. They go Handyman again. Homo Habilis, right? Homo Habilis. They go nut. They go to Nutcracker. They go to Tools. This is Astropythicus africanus. We covered that. You can see how it's going. Hominin timeline. Homo sapiens are down here. Naledi are here. You can see the timeline. You find the pelvises and heads. So I need you to recognize what's taking place right here. Astropithecus, huh? Africanus. Oops, that's my eduonics. There he goes. Let's see what they say about the first Homo sapien. It says 2 Ethiopian fossils have been crowned as the oldest known members of our species. Of our species. An estimated 195,000 years old, the pair were witnesses to the earliest days of Homo sapiens. The discovery adds yet more weight to the argument that Africa and Ethiopia in particular were the birthplaces of humans. Let's click on, let's see what's up. The fossils called Homo 1 and Homo 2 were found in 1967 at Kibish near Ethiopia's Omo River by the famed fossil hunter Richard Leakey. It's when we get into Lucy. It's when we get into that stuff over there. Huh? Shells found with the bones suggested that the specimens were only 130,000 years old. They always try to shorten the time. The finds confirm that East Africa was a key area in this story. You have to claim East Africa as well as West Africa. I don't want to hear this all with West African only. You got to claim, I'm actually Central African, which connects damn near everything. Congo. The age of the Homo fossils provides yet more support for the outer Africa theory, which contends that humankind spent most of its life in Africa before sweeping across the world during the past 40,000 years. The finds confirm that East Africa was a key area in the story, says Chris Stringer, who studied human origins at the Natural History Museum in London. Huh? Huh? Nature. This is him. Let's look at some images. Let's make sure it's just, see, it's him, but this is just a reconstruction. But look at this. Why you got that there? What are you saying? Look. Oldest direct human ancestor revealed. Look at that. See, that don't look like this distinguished brother. Here we go with the answer. So what are they saying? Make the connection for me. You do it. I don't want to say I did it. I want you to do it. You looking at it with me. We went from him. We went from him to him. Him to him. Or him to him to him. Or him to him to him to him to him. You understand what they're saying? And let's not leave him out. Let's not leave him out. This brother could actually exist. This one too. We've never seen this. We've never seen this. Not in that fashion. Nope. You understand what's happening? Now, let me see what y'all talking about. Y'all good? All right. Let's go to Homo sapiens in Ethiopia, 60,000 BCE. 60,000 BCE. Let's make our connections. All we're doing is walking our timeline right now. Early Homo sapiens found in Ethiopia is older than had been expected. New analysis based on ash from volcanic cataclysm dates an early human found that Homo Ethiopia to 233,000 years, supporting the early evolution theory for Homo sapiens, the Homo Habilis formation in Ethiopia. Let's look and see. There go a mouth. It's a jawbone. There are claims of older, another time, get out of here, Reds. Y'all know what it is. To be sure, there are claims of even older Homo sapiens specimens elsewhere in Africa, the most striking being one dated to about 300,000 years ago in Jebel Irhoud, Morocco, beyond Africa. A modern human jaw was also reported from Massilia Cave, northern Israel, dating about 200,000 years ago. So like I said, they're just kind of picking stuff up off the ground. They put it together. Hopefully they're putting all the correct pieces together. And after they put it together, they're calling it human no matter what. No matter what. And if it is human, the reconstructions are clearly not looking like such, as you can see. This brother does. He does. This one does not. I don't know. And so at some point in time, we gotta, you want to do some real research? We need you to get your archaeology game up. We need you to get permissions to study. Look, Ethiopia, first human. It's the first human they're saying. Here's your Homo sapien. We need to get somebody who knows to go in there, test some DNA, look at some skull comparisons, Make sure that these are actual, make sure it's put together right. We don't want no such and such, man. We don't want, we need the human experience. We need to know exactly who, how, and what. Look at this. Is this how it went down? That's what they telling you right now. That's what they telling you. We using the actual skulls, the pictures of the actual skulls and the faces. And the faces. As you can see, there's not much of this skull left. But they came up with this brother here. And they came up with this face of the oldest. This is the one. This is what they came up with. And so at some point in time, we got to start to ask ourselves, what are they giving us? What information is correct necessarily? Is the information they're giving sound and true and clear? Let me stop sharing. These are the questions we got to ask, because what you just saw is what I just saw. You seen somebody superimpose a monkey face over a human skull and body. You seen them say it's you. They said it was us. That's us. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Because as we do this research, and we'll keep going, like I said, this is going to be a series. I'll start to share them before I set it up next time. Right now I'm tired. I was just in the gym. I got beat up. Always say I got beat up, huh? Y'all really ain't been in the gym with me. But the fighters will tell you another story, but I'll tell you I got beat up. You need to see this information so you can start to make the proper deduction concerning what is and what's not. What is and what's not. And once you start to do that, you'll remember who you are, and you'll be an Asar, Uncle Jasanep, Ankwas the Jed. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat now. We'll start to answer them if there are any. I think that was pretty self-explanatory. I don't think it needed much. But that's what we're looking at so far in our trip through evolution and the placement of the African. Ankwas the Jet, I'll see you all soon.